Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead for them and their companies. I'm your host, Amar Elm, and in each episode, we uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, we are absolutely thrilled to be joined by Greg Zlevor, president and founder of Westwood International. Also, an 8-time Amazon bestselling author, global leadership advisor, and creator of transformational development programs for Fortune 500 companies, governments, and social impact organizations. Greg's approach blends human-centered leadership, deep emotional intelligence, and practical transformation, helping leaders drive lasting results in today's fast-changing world. Greg, welcome to Founders Future.
Well, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm excited to dive in. I always like to start from the beginning. And I know we're going a while back, but take me back to before you started Westwood. What were you doing before? And then what really motivated you to start the company?
I mean, it was a long time ago, and I was working with I was at the university, Boston College, and was on staff there full time, running leadership programs, retreats, et cetera, for students, faculty, and staff. And I was also on the side working with a well-known author. And it turns out I went to one of his presentations, and during one of his presentations, he said, "Look, don't come to me. I'm really not working much anymore. But Greg Z, where are you?" And I stood up in the crowd with like 1,000 people. He says, "Raise your hand." And I raised my hand. And he said, "Go to this guy. He'll help you." And so I literally had 3 companies come to me, and I started working almost immediately from that point on. I went
Wow.
back to the university. I love the university work. Like, I love working with the students and faculty and staff. Love Boston College. But when my first contract came in, it was equal to my first whole annual salary. I
Wow.
thought I'd better make the shift. So I made the shift and haven't looked back.
Yeah, at that point, it's like, how can you say no to that?
Correct.
Yeah, that's powerful. So I'd love to know how you started off in terms of what you were doing with your clients, what the offerings looked like, and then from there we can fast forward to 2025 and really what it looks like today.
Yeah, I make it sound really easy, but the 3 years before that, about, I was just starting out. Like I
Mm,
was in my late 20s, early 30s, and I was doing workshops here and there, sending out flyers, doing what I could, getting feedback. And I had 3 different people who were established who hired me and brought me in and said, "Look, if you can design a facilitation workshop or a leader's experience or whatever for me, and it goes, I'll pay you extra. I'll make you part owner. We'll give you additional shares in the company."
wow.
Because in part, to pay me for my time was one thing, but to design something that they could use forever was a whole nother deal. And so I did that on multiple occasions. Every single time they reneged on their promises or stole the document or whatever.
Yeah.
So before I got to that talk that I just mentioned, where the person said, "Look, go talk to Greg Z," I had about 3 years of hardship trying to make it work. So,
Yeah.
but all of that prepared me for that particular point. So what was my offering? I'm mostly a facilitator,
Mm,
designer, and a workshop leader. I blend those. So I do a fair amount of public speaking, I do writing, and then I design and facilitate. And in our leadership programs, to get into the offerings and what we do, I hire people who are good at all 3. Because
okay.
essentially what I'm finding, like as an example, we just ran a program for high potential leaders for a med tech company. And we had the entire program designed, what they needed from a leadership perspective based on the values and strategy and goal of the company.
Yep.
We got into it. We started the program.
Mm,
A couple executives came in and spoke,
yep.
turned everything on its head. At that point, like what they spoke about, what they said, the direction they said the company was going was different than what we had planned for. And so all of a sudden, everyone started looking at us like, wait a minute, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
Now, here's the point. The team that I have has been through a lot. And in that very moment, we knew enough to sit, listen, ask questions, and help those executives and these high potential leaders discuss, given the shift, given the pivot, based on the marketplace, what's next and what do we do?
Mm,
Yeah. And I think like part of our strength is we're not caught up in a rigid, structured dogma.
mm,
We're talented enough to see when the pivot is there,
yeah.
listen to it, make it, and then create something meaningful on the spot
Yes. In real time.
in real time.
That's huge.
And so the executive coaches coach in real time. We run teams in real time. We run programs in real time. And you can only do that if you've done it a lot and you're very experienced and you're good.
Yeah.
And fortunately, we've been doing it for several years, and we have a lot of experienced coaches and trainers and facilitators who can do all of that.
Yeah.
And so it's been nice working at a high level in large organizations from Singapore Police Force to
Wow.
personal management, Department of Defense, EPA, like government agencies, to GE, GM, United Airlines, J&J, et cetera. We've worked in a lot of different Volvo, Pfizer. We've worked in a lot of large and big companies, and it's been great.
Yeah. That's powerful. And I'd love to dive into kind of how you were able to get those larger contracts, work with these bigger companies, the governmental organizations as well. Because I have a lot of coaches and consultants that listen to this, and lead generation, customer acquisition is always a talking point, something that's important for them to figure out. I'm curious for you. So it sounds like when you first started, it was a referral with, hey, Greg, work with these three companies, etc. How were you throughout the career? What were the main channels that you were leveraging to bring on new customers and clients?
Yeah, so there have been two that have been really good. One is referrals,
Okay.
just like you said. And right now in today's world, with AI being able to create a bunch of content, which is essentially vanilla,
Yeah.
because at this point, content is a commodity, maybe even less than a commodity.
Yeah.
So people can't trust it. They can't trust it. As an example, I've been looking for a couple resources to help me with a particular project, and I look online, I can't tell if they're really good or not good.
Yeah.
So I essentially have to say, what happened in your last three client experiences? What did you do? What happened? What took place? And I'd like to talk to them. And one person, we're really just starting out. I'm like, on your website and on your LinkedIn page, it looks like you've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
So referrals are really important. And I think we're in a trust scarcity at this point.
Yes.
So I think people have to see and meet the person or people that are going to help them and have demonstrable evidence that people have done it in the past.
Yeah.
Now, I'm fortunate. Like as an example, the last two of my most recent gigs, clients have put together videos to highlight their internal leadership programs.
Yeah.
So I have demonstrable evidence, but it took a long time to get to the point where clients are saying, hey, we got to put this together in a video. This is really powerful. Let's get this out to other people, or let's show how we're developing leaders and how we're using an expert group like Westwood International to design it and put it together. It's not just an online LinkedIn program.
Yeah.
We're actually bringing people together, networking folks, teaching them hands-on tools, giving them coaching, and helping them develop.
100%.
Yeah, which now is not only is it great for the company, like internally, better customer satisfaction, greater connection, more resilience, easier to pivot, shorter meeting times, better productivity, like all those things we've measured and get better. But it's a great retention tool.
Yeah.
It's also a great attraction tool, especially
100%.
for the generation coming in.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's so powerful. Like having customer testimonials, video is the most powerful. But I like how you mentioned internally, it's even better for the employees and for the customer retention. One of the things that we do is every single morning, on our meetings, we go through client wins. What are the most recent client wins? Let's go into the client wins channel where there's somebody whose their whole job is to just post client wins. You know what I mean? So talk to me a little bit more about the referral piece. Do you have some sort of referral program or some sort of way that you can streamline that to make sure that clients actually bring you referrals? Because I've
Mm.
talked to people before, and for them, it's great when they come in, but they're unpredictable at times. It's inconsistent. I'm curious your thought process around that.
Yeah. So some of my best referrals have been where I've done leadership programs for a company, and people who went through the program go to new companies
Mm,
and take me with.
yeah,
That's a great referral process. Two, I specifically ask. Now, there have been times where I've had clients say, I'd love to refer you, but I don't want to lose your time. And I know next year I want to book you again. So I'm hesitant because we run large year-long programs, 6-month,
yeah,
12-month programs oftentimes. But the other opportunity is getting in front of people and speaking to people, speaking at conferences, doing workshops, doing free work, i.e., I have run online. I haven't been doing recently, but have done online like colleague or peer-to-peer programs. Facilitate, help them solve a problem, do it for an hour.
yeah,
They get feedback, they get the report out of all the ideas that people gave them from other companies, like from our other clients. That's been another way that we've been able to get referrals and or clients by running those types of sessions. Because here's what happens then is that people can come, they can see the quality of the client, they can see the quality of the work and the facilitation, and they get some results right away.
yeah,
Then it's easy to extrapolate, oh, okay, if we do this now for 6 months or 9 months, we're going to get a lot of results. I try to do is give people an experience of what we do and how we do it. And the more they can get that, the better. And sometimes it'll come from like just seeing a podcast like this, then joining something smaller or doing a 1 or a 2 or a 3 day workshop. And then from there saying, okay, bring in a whole program. We need something for our top 30 high potentials, or we need something for our new recent hires,
yeah,
or for, we've been actually getting a lot of calls lately for companies who have functions that need to work together but never talk together. So now how do we put together a program and facilitate the experience where different functions within a company that have become siloed have a project, work together, and accomplish something. But not only that, build the skills to do more things later.
yeah.
So it's a double win. One, you get the project done. Two, you develop the network and the skills to do it again later. And that's really what we focus on and work on.
Yeah. When it comes to the fulfillment piece, do you, I'm assuming you started off 100% in person. Now with post-pandemic world and all that stuff, do you have an online component of it? Is it still in person? What does that look like from the fulfillment standpoint?
Yeah. So we do online work now, both
Yeah.
synchronous and asynchronous if it's needed, mostly custom work. So it'll be specifically designed for that particular company or organization or team.
Yeah.
But we also like to still have some components face to face if possible.
Mm,
Because when people get together face to face and they get to eat, share a meal together, do
yeah.
something socially at night, or jump in and handle a really sticky problem that they haven't been able to solve before. Face to face is much more efficient and effective.
Mm,
Sometimes the budget doesn't allow it. We have to do things online through Zoom calls, etc.
yep.
But if possible, and if a company really wants to accelerate, face to face is better.
100%. There's something different, or there's something to be said about the energy in a room where all the people are together, everybody is focused on one thing. There's no distractions with, because Zoom is just different. It can still be effective, don't get me wrong, but in person will always beat out online all day long.
Yeah, and you can see this from a natural perspective. So, say concerts or music.
Yeah,
You can buy the music for 20, 30, $40 or stream it almost free if you want. But people are willing to pay 150, 200, $300 to hear that music live
yeah,
with 1,000 people around them,
yeah.
right?
100%. Or going to watch a football game or whatever the case may be. It's different.
It's longer lasting, it's a deeper hook, it's more resilient.
Mm.
Face-to-face experiences are more resilient than online.
At this point in your career, do you only work with specific types of organizations, or where's your thought process there?
Yeah, no, I just love working with people and teams.
Fair.
So I'm agnostic to the industry and to the size. It turns out we've been doing a lot of work with large organizations, like global organizations. But I even had the local dental shop of 20 people come to me recently and say, look, can you help us? But yeah, so we've done something locally here. I have another construction company, local construction company, that we're doing the same for them. So we work small all the way up to large global teams. And we have people around the planet who different languages, different skill sets, et cetera, culturally. So
Very
we can
cool.
work at all levels.
I guess at this point, when you think of the future and you think of what success really looks like for you moving forward, both personally and professionally, paint me that picture of what that vision looks like for you in the future.
Yeah, I think in part I'm a little different than most people because, like, for me, creating a great leadership program and putting together the right team, it's almost like art.
Mm,
It's like it's just the right touch, the right talk, the right piece, something changes or moves and we pivot properly. That's what excites me.
mm,
And so if you were to ask me what's my vision, just to continue to improve that skill, to listen, design, put together, and make things happen not only ahead of time, but in the moment. Like
mm.
just that practice of it. It's almost, I met this painter the other day and I was like, why do you paint so much? He said, I just love it.
Yeah.
I just love the paint. And so for me, the vision is that I can keep painting.
Mm,
Second would be, I used to have some wonderful people on the team now and extended people who work with us. I love getting them more work because they're just so good at what they do, whether they're specifically helping people understand the financials of the company and how to put that into their leadership, or AI, or emotional intelligence, or running meetings, or like we have experts in all different areas. In putting those people together to help a company make a jump while building their network and relationships and resilience and joy of life, man, it's super exciting, right?
yeah. Love.
Yeah.
So when you think about that specifically, like getting more work, do you have any like marketing initiatives or marketing campaigns that you think of when it comes to growing that, getting more clients, etc., maybe running paid ads? What's the thought process there?
For me, it's mostly been writing and referrals. I have tried the marketing online, but I think people, especially in like large companies, high positions, they get inundated with so much stuff. It's just, they don't even have time to delete the messages, much less listen to all of them.
Yeah,
They get flooded. So I've been focusing more and more on writing, speaking, and referrals. I think you
cool.
have to get in front of people. You have to deliver value right away. But even for them to come and see the value,
Yeah,
you almost sometimes need a referral
yeah.
because people are flooded and content is just,
Yeah. I know I had somebody reach out to me the other day and they were like, "Hey, we can help you create 8 to 12 new posts every week with AI for your LinkedIn." And I'm like, I use ChatGPT every day. I use Perplexity every day. I don't know if I trust it to sound like me and if it's going to be actually valuable. So I get what you're saying with the content piece. It's less than a commodity at this point. So,
like you. I have people contact me, look, you only give me 1 hour a month and I'll give you 40 pieces of content.
yeah.
I'm like, what? I don't know.
Yeah. How's that going to be valuable to the people
Exactly.
reading or listening to the content? 100%.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's like raining in a flood. It's just, there's just more and more of the same. So,
Yeah. If you were talking to new coaches, new consultants that are thinking about getting into the leadership development space in 2025, what advice would you give them to really hit the ground running and to see success as fast as possible?
Me, I partnered with a lot of key people. So I partnered with a couple companies who were doing a lot of work, did associate work for them. I partnered with authors and people who were already in it and partnered with them. So the break I got, I'd partnered with him for almost 8 years before he mentioned me on stage. So I would say find a strategic partner, find
Mm,
a company, find someone doing the work, and begin working with them. Learn their tools, learn their process, learn their ideas, and then begin to implement on your own.
yeah.
I think that's the fastest way to do it. Now, there's probably a few who are going to be really good on video or really good writing, get a couple breaks, get promoted, do something social media. But I think that's going to be rare and very few people are going to be used that pattern. I think you're much better off finding somebody you really like doing the work you like, partner with them, serve with them, learn from them, and then build from there.
I like that.
Yeah.
What is the best way for people to reach out to you to work with you?
Yeah. So LinkedIn would be a great way. And I'm the only Greg Zlevor on the planet. So if they reach out, they find me on LinkedIn, I'm the guy.
Nice.
That's probably the easiest way to get a hold of me.
Beautiful. Any final words before we wrap up?
No, except that the sooner you can not only find something that's of value to the world, but develop the skills to handle all the ups and downs of being an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
the better off you are. Because what I'm finding is it's not so much what I do that makes me successful, it's how I handle what's done to me. And going back to my beginning, those 3 or 4 ventures that I started where things were stolen from me. If I hadn't been able to make it through that to get to the point where I could have been in the room with the author who called me off on the stage, I wouldn't have made that. I wouldn't have been there for that opportunity.
Yeah.
I could have easily quit any one of the 3 years or places things are, oh, this doesn't work. You got to be persistent. And so developing the emotional fortitude, whatever you are, whether you're an employee or an entrepreneur, developing the emotional fortitude to make it through when things are done to you and to learn from those and keep going. I think that's one of the most important skills to have. And then second, building systems.
Mm,
The more we can build systems where things are done automatically that work, the better. Those would be my 2 pieces of advice.
yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Great to be with you.
Yeah, you as well. Thank you so much for your time.
Yes.
So that wraps up another inspiring episode of Founders Future. To our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to reach out to Greg on LinkedIn. That's Greg Zlevor, Zlevor. And if you are a business owner, specifically a coach, consultant, or agency owner, and you're really looking to scale your business and you want to enhance your sales and marketing efforts, visit closers.io to hop on a call with our team and discover how we were able to go from zero to $30 million per year in less than 3 years. Until then, keep on climbing.